Our proposition is that the United States should lower the drinking age to 18. At 18, everyone becomes a legal adult with all the rights and responsibilities. So shouldn't they be allowed to drink? Within all 50 states, 18-year-olds can apply for a credit card, legally marry without parental consent, divorce, rent, purchase, sign a binding contract, vote, serve on a jury, and serve in the military. Also, if charged with a crime, the 18-year-old is no longer tried in juvenile court. He's tried as an adult. Frommer states, age 18 traditionally separates minors from adults. Well, one can't legally buy a drink in America until age 21. Meanwhile, many states are now sending minors into the adult criminal justice system, even for nonviolent crimes. They trust us to vote for our next president. They trust us to fight to protect our freedom. They should trust us to handle ourselves with alcohol. Professor David J. Hansen states, about 1 of every 5 American military servicemen and women who have been killed in Operation Iraqi Freedom was under the minimum legal drinking age, according to the report by the Department of Defense. These young Americans, aged 18, 19, and 20, could not legally enjoy a drink, yet they made the supreme sacrifice in service of their country. We have all these rights and privileges given to us at the age of 18, yet we still cannot drink alcohol until we are 21. If we can fight for our country, isn't it our right to buy a beer and celebrate in the country we fight for? If 18-year-olds were allowed to drink alcohol with supervision and in controlled environments, it would decrease dangerous drinking activities. Prohibiting this age group from drinking in bars, restaurants, and other licensed locations causes them to drink in unsupervised places such as fraternity houses or house parties, where they may be more prone to binge drinking and other unsafe behavior. Morris E. Chavez, founder of the National Institute of Alcoholism and Alcohol Abuse, stated, "The problem is not the drink, it is the drinker. There should be more emphasis on the person and the surroundings in which the alcohol is consumed, and less emphasis on the alcohol itself. Personal and social responsibility, not the substance, is the real issue. If we lowered the national minimum drinking age to 18, young adults could be taught how to drink in moderation while in controlled and public environments where they could be taken care of. In most of Europe and other countries where the drinking age is 18, they teach young adults how to drink in moderation at a young age, which benefits them because they know not to drink in excess." John Cloud states that Jews, Italians, Greeks, French, Spaniards, Portuguese, and many others typically introduce their children to alcoholic beverages at an early age, and they tend to have fewer alcohol-related problems than we do in the U.S. In these groups, people learn how to drink from an early age and do so in the safe and supporting environment of the home. If young adults are taught how to drink in moderation at a young age, there will also be less of a desire for the forbidden fruit. Alcohol is seen as the forbidden fruit to anyone under the age of 21. Charles Bradstad states that anyone under 21 sees alcohol as a forbidden fruit. The curiosity leads to more people under the age of 21 drinking anyway. If drinking is made legal for 18-year-olds and older, it will serve much better as the curiosity isn't as high and the fruit isn't forbidden anymore. Lowering the drinking age to 18 will help teach young adults that drinking in moderation in controlled environments is better than drinking in excess in underground areas. Drinking alcohol is a fun and entertaining activity. Kate Hagen and Nick Collins state that drinking alcohol makes people feel better because it produces the same chemicals in the brain as exercising and laughing. Alcohol is addictive because it releases endorphins, which are the body's way of making us feel pleasure and reward. 18 to 20-year-olds adults should not be denied the enjoyment of alcohol when other pleasurable activities are legal at age 18. Annie Chiappetta states, there was a man named Kyle Gilbert. He was killed in Iraq almost 2 years ago, but before the 20-year-old shipped out to war, he couldn't join his buddies at a local bar for a goodbye drink. It is not fair that he couldn't drink with his buddies before going out to war. Professor David J. Hansen stated, the United States military recognizes 18, 19, and 20-year-olds as the adults they are. Therefore, it grants them great responsibility, including the command of others, the operation of complex and dangerous weapons, and the ability to make major split-second decisions. We should lower the national minimum drinking age to 18. The existing policy of the National Minimum Drinking Age Act of 1984 is the reason for this inequality created among the 18-year-olds. The National Minimum Drinking Age Act of 1984 required all states to raise their minimum purchase and public possession of alcohol to age 21. States that did not comply faced a reduction in highway funds and under the Federal Highway Aid Act. So in other words, they would lose 10% of the federal highway construction funds. This policy needs to be changed in order for the harm to go away. The average minimum legal drinking age around the globe is 15.9 years old. And almost all the other countries have lower drinking ages. Michelle Minton states, "It's true that America has a problem with drinking. The rates of alcoholism and teenage problem drinking are far greater here than in Europe. Yet in most European countries, the drinking age is far lower than 21. Also, Reed Richards states that the U.S. fatality rate is 124 deaths per million people. But in the Netherlands, that figure is 40 deaths per million. And in Sweden, it's 42. And in the UK, it's 43. The drinking age in the Netherlands is 16 years old. In the UK and Sweden, it is 18. It's not the drinking age that causes these fatalities. It's the lack of authority teaching young adults how to drink in moderation. The simple way to solve this problem of 18-year-olds not being treated as full adults is to change the policy that makes it that way. Changing the legal drinking age to 18 would allow 18-year-olds to fully be adults and get rid of the unfairness and inequality that it creates. Tom Ehrenhold states, "By prohibiting those citizens ages 18 to 20 from consuming alcohol, we are saying they are not smart enough or intelligent enough to make their decision on their own. However, they are smart enough to decide whether they want to get married and have babies, or who should run the country. We want a new law in place that states the minimum drinking age in every state in the U.S. should be 18, and abolish the federal law restricting 18-year-olds to drink, purchase, and have public possession of alcohol."